What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? You already know what it is. It's the pre-snap read. Man, the season is about over, guys. The season is about to be over, man. It's crazy. We had a long season. We had a long wrap-up before getting to the season. And now we at the end of the season. And a lot of things been going on. Man. Real talk, real talk. But you already know how I do. I like to introduce my two lovely co-hosts. And you already know I got my boy, my dog. He my dog and everybody else's dog. So you might but he ain't for the streets though. Just to let you know, he ain't for the streets. He an educated young gentleman. He always comes with the statistics. My boy Jay Good in his thing.
Hey man, what's up with it? My boy said it right. I'm not for the streets. Hey man, looking for a lady, man. One lady is all I need. Just one.
Yes, sir. That's all you need. The one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know, I had to get this person. I had to put this person last because to us, she's that glue. She is that glue that keeps the show together. We love her. Y'all love her. It's Robin McGee.
Hey everybody! Wow, the gang is back together. Look at us, Three Musketeers. I love it.
Yeah, yes sir.
So you know the gang back together. We love it. We love it. We love it. It's the end of the season, guys.
I'm all about business today, Ron. I got my glasses on.
Hey, it is the end of the season. It is the end of the season, and
a lot has happened.
A lot is going on.
A lot has happened.
A lot is happening. Really, there is no cap.
We
continuation.
Coaches having beef, school and financial trouble, people going elsewhere, the transfer portal popping off like it's fish grease. Man, a lot just going on.
Not fish grease.
Yes. The transfer portal popping like fish grease.
It really is.
Number 3-4 stars in that thing. Even
it wouldn't be HBCU football though without all the drama, without all the extra. We need a soap opera for HBCU, but literally just HBCU all in general. As far as athletics, we need a soap opera. I'm gonna call Netflix.
We definitely do. We definitely do.
And on Prime Video.
All right, look, we gonna get to him.
Yeah, but you know it's Celebration Bowl weekend, and I want to play this out. It was a young prophet in Atlanta, you know, and he just capitalized the Atlanta vibe when he said this quote, man. He just said this one quote right here, and it was a whole South movement after he said this quote. I know, and I know y'all guys know him too.
Not ATL ho. Ron.
Oh.
The season started in Atlanta and the season ended in Atlanta. ATL ho.
Why?
I thought
for the future. I'll get down with the ATL ho.
hey, it started in Atlanta and it's going to end in Atlanta.
There it is.
So, but I know a lot of things been going on as far as this past couple of weeks. I know I got all y'all together and I just, want to hear what y'all have to say. So, I'm going to just go ahead and pull the topic up. Coach Prime, Robin, go ahead and take it off because I know you have a lot of things to say, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you take this one out, Robin.
Well, okay, so first and foremost, I would be the first to tell myself that I'm gonna swallow my words, swallow all of it because I was talking a lot 2 weeks ago. Because me and you, Ron, we was together, and I said that man ain't going nowhere. He's not going nowhere. He's going to stay. He's created a foundation. He's not done with JSU. I was wrong, and I'm going to take that to the head. Charge it to my head and not my heart. However, this is where I'm at with Prime. This is where I'm at. I'm understanding like people's, opinion about, okay, coaches are moving up. Everybody moves up. Everybody goes to different schools, especially when it has to do with better pay. We get it. And the president even said at JSU, we know that we are not able to afford, the amount that Colorado is paying. They know that. But this is my issue. If Prime was doing it for the money in the beginning, why did you go to JSU in the first place? What was the reason? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if now you're going to Colorado for the money, because I really genuinely don't know the ins and outs based off of Prime's decision. I feel like he's giving us the sweetness of it, of, I had the opportunity. It sounds good. Da 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 da. We're going. It's not like Colorado. We talked about this the other week. Colorado is not like this, great program in a sense that like he's going into success. He's going into another program that he's going to have to build up, period. Because if you're looking at the records between the last like 3 or 4 years at Colorado, they were not on top. This past season, they were like 1-11. So I'm like, okay, is it one of those things that he's trying to build up? Then you need to say that. And I feel like I don't get his reasoning. And I think that's, as a fan or as someone that is outside looking in, about why he's making the decision to leave. Now, again, if it's about the money, I have a problem with that. If it's really about the money, because I'm like, that was a waste. Because if it was about it couldn't have been about the money the whole time. Maybe it's about the money now, but I'm like, you knew that going into it. You knew that any Power 5 university, any Division I FBS program that'll come to your, knock on your door is going to give you more money. So you knew that wasn't the case. And he keep talking about like, oh, this is not my first time, getting, offers like this, da 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 da. I turned them down. This is like, okay, so what is the reason? And I think that's where my frustration is coming from, because I feel like he's not being 100 with us. I feel like he was 100 with us throughout the season, or without the 2 years. I mean, with the 2 years that he was with JSU, or he was with there for 3. How many years?
3.
2, 3?
3.
Right.
You say okay. 3.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he did everything that he needed to do, got up, foundation for these programs, for these student athletes, everything under the sun, put HBCUs arguably back on the map, whatever the case may be. He did all those things. No, I'm not taking away from him. But I'm not sold on, let's just tuck tail and run to another university because of money or whatever. And I know one of the commenters say he was tired of the crime in Jackson, Mississippi, but I'm like, crime everywhere. Okay. And I don't know. I didn't look at, the crime rates or whatever's going on in Colorado, where that school is, as opposed to Jackson, Mississippi. Maybe it's better, maybe it's not. I don't know. But then that goes back to the point where if you did have other offers at other universities, were their crime just as good, as bad as Jackson, Mississippi, and that's why you stayed? So I'm like, what is it? What is it, Coach Prime? I think that's where I'm a little frustrated. But I mean, it is what it is. I feel like he's going to do, well, equally as what he's done for JSU. You know what I'm saying? I always appreciate what people are elevating. And if that's what he feel like he's doing, then who am I to judge? I ain't paying the man. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I got a whole different perspective on it. Judging how the game works, we all know it's a business. Either you can win too much and you'll elevate, or you'll lose too much and you'll decline to a lower level. So I know how that game operates. I've been through the situation where a head coach is left, after winning 30 to 40 games straight when I was at Winston. So, Maynard left and went to Hampton when I was in school. So I understand how the business works. I'm not mad at Deion at all, honestly. I knew he was going to leave. I just didn't think he was going to leave this soon. I thought, he was going to get his son, because his son already transferred from South Carolina. So I thought that his son was going to, eventually he was going to stay into that time period where he graduated, because once you transfer one time, you got to have a mitigating factor in order for you to transfer again.
Right.
So I don't know what's going to happen with that situation. It might already be handled, but I thought he was going to stay. But as far as everything that he's done, I'm proud of everything that he's done. He's done a lot, not only for Jackson State, but for HBCUs as a whole. It's a lot lot of 4-star guys, 5-star guys transferring HBCUs. He's putting things into place. He's done a lot for HBCU as a whole. So I'm happy for what he's done. Like I said, he has a show coming out on Amazon Prime, a documentary of what's going on at Jackson State. All this publicity is great publicity for Jackson State. You know who else is on that documentary? FAMU, Pine Bluff, whoever they're playing. All this publicity is great for these schools. So I can't be mad at the guy for bringing in, and higher enrollment, selling out games every week. Every time a team played Jackson State, they didn't just sell out at their arena. They sold out at away games as well. And it's going to sell out. So, I mean, I can't be mad at him for wanting to move up and get more money. But I don't think that was the reason. And like a commenter said, it was the crime that was going on that was a factor. The money was a factor. He didn't want his family in an environment where he felt like they weren't safe. I know he had a situation happen in the locker room early on in the season. So I guess it kind of built on further from that. If you actually look at his interview that he was talking about all the different problems that he faced, not only with, the city of Jackson, but with Jackson State University as a whole. It was a lot of problems that he was trying to move up and do better things with the football program. But he was saying basically you can't just operate an athletic department just off a football team. So it has to be, everybody else has to be ready as well. And those people weren't in place, and those moves couldn't be made at Jackson State. So he went on somewhere else. So I'm not mad at him at all.
Yeah.
Definitely. I don't know. I sat down and I really thought about this. A lot of people said that, he put God into this. I try not to look at that. I just tried to look at the facts and the other stuff he said, because God can be appointed to do God can make a person be appointed for different things at different times, which I truly understand. And on his timing may have been only 3 years. Okay, that was his timing and that was his calling. Some people timing and calling is longer than what other people timing and calling is for. But I think why people are so upset is because the things that he said is like, I'm gonna do this for HBCU. I'm gonna do this and this for all the black players. I'm gonna do this and this and this and this and this. And so, like, at the end of the day, like, for black people, he was looking like, for black people, he was a leader to not just Jackson State. He was a leader to a whole HBCU community. So when you have a leader saying these things, I'm gonna put y'all on top. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make sure this get corrected. I'm gonna make sure this happens. I'm gonna make sure this, and this, and all this other stuff. Now you're kind of following into like I ain't gonna say a cult, but you're kind of following into like a revolution.
Yeah.
So basically, in the past 3 years, you revolutionized the HBCU culture where no one's talking bad about HBCUs anymore. Everybody is saying good things. Everybody is saying, they do have athletes. They do have this. They do have that. They might not have the weight room, but at the end of the day, they are going out on that field and playing ball. And like literally every week Jackson State played, they were selling out away stadiums.
Yeah,
they literally was selling out away stadiums. That I haven't heard that happen in the SWAC or just in the HBCU conference in a long time. Selling out regular games, no classic, no homecoming, selling out regular games.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how much power Deion Sanders had in the black community. So you add those things on top of it, and just, at that point in time, I feel like being a revolutionary, like, I understand why people mad. I understand why people is upset. I understand even people from other schools, they be like, damn, now I can't play against Deion. Damn, I might as well hop in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
You know, because I can't play now. I mean, just to be honest, that's how people are thinking. That's how these kids are thinking. So I understand why people are mad. And coming to your point, Jerry, I understand why he left. He doesn't want to deal with the bull crap. He doesn't want to deal with the money swindling. He doesn't want to deal with those things are always getting no. I have to ask like 10 times to get a no. And after I get that 10 times, I gotta pull money out my pocket to do it. Or I gotta go out my way to do it. Or I gotta do things.
Yeah.
Like
I think you hit it, Ron, when you're like the whole revolutionary kind of aspect of it, because like as you were talking about it, it does seem like the HBCU kind of athletic community, specifically with football, almost looked at Prime as like the savior of like, all right, it's former NFL player having all of these connections, him being, you know, a model of who he already was prior to getting to JSU, and then coming here and being able to do everything that he did. And we sat back and was like, oh wow, this man is the truth. Like, why would we want him to leave so suddenly? And that's where I'm just like, kind of, and I think you mentioned this too, Jerry, of like, it's one thing to leave, but how soon you left. Because let's be honest, when he came in, right, that was like right when COVID hit, right? You know what I'm saying? So that really wasn't a true season. Then you had last year, you know, they're getting their feet wet, they're getting everything. The recruits are coming in, right? You got NIL deals now. Like all of these things are factoring into, you know, these players and their successes and where they're choosing to go and who they feel comfortable being led by. Then this year, you're going undefeated. You know what I'm saying? You're beating, you know, teams outside and inside of the conference, and then you leave. So it's like, it definitely, I understand all aspects as well. But how soon it came definitely was like a shock. I'm like, I don't know if Deion was going to be there forever. I'm not going to sit up here and say that. But 3 years, like, man, he left at the peak of it. I would have appreciated a little bit more if he would have waited, you know, a little bit longer, right? And we kind of talked about that with like the whole scandal between the Southern Heritage Classic, right? JSU and TSU. You made all that noise to pull out of the Southern Heritage Classic when you only had like what, one more year on the contract. Slow down, wait, finish out the contract and then do what you do. You made all that noise at the beginning of the semester and now you're leaving. It's like, as a person that is on the side of, you know, not being as happy, I'm like, bro, you were really loud this whole year. Who's the swag? You know, the whole, you know, situation between him and what the young man named at Alabama State, the coach.
Eddie Robinson.
Yes, Eddie Robinson, Coach Robinson. You loud there. You know what I'm saying? You're loud with all the, you know, players getting their deals, which rightfully so. Be loud about that. Cause I mean, that's my kids too. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, you going into it with the Celebration Bowl, you kicking people's butts. That's fine. And then, but I'm leaving. Huh? Why were you so loud, sir? Like you made it. I guess for me, it just made it seem like he was really trying to hold on to everything that what he was doing in order to push it more forward. And that's where I'm just like, okay, so what was all that for? And that's it just, it's not connecting together. And everybody has their reasons. Definitely you can think about the crime. Definitely you can think about the financial, you know, benefits of going from one school to another, especially who's paying more. Absolutely, I don't want to take that away because, you know, we're in a business. Athletics is a business. Colleges are a business. And you got to put yourself first before anybody. But on the flip side, I'm like, dang, man, like you had to do all of that, all of for you to end up and say, all right, y'all, be easy. Remember what I taught you. Huh? We just got here. What you mean?
To me, like, what did he, because I know, Ron, you had said this earlier, like, what did he do? What did he not accomplish that he said he was going to accomplish?
For me, he accomplished everything that he said he was going to accomplish. My thing was this, and I mean, you could say it's his fault, but you could say it's our fault too. I like it's a double-edged sword to me.
Yes.
Like Dion said all these things. I'm gonna do this. 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 Okay, cool. Like, and you did it. And tremendous fashion. You did it. Like, but at the end of the day, like I said, for us people, you're a revolutionary. Now you have a movement and you're the catalyst of a movement and you're the forefront. And every single time he was like, if they don't do it, I'ma do it.
Right.
That's what he said. He put it on his back. He literally put HBCUs on his back. People ain't getting names on their jerseys. The whole SWAC got names on their jerseys now. Like certain little things happen because of him. And he changed that city. He changed that city 360. He brought millions and millions of dollars in that city. Will that city see that same economical growth when he leaves? Probably not.
Yeah. Right. I think that's the worry too, Ron, is like, yeah, he did those things. And like you said, Jerry, like he rightfully so accomplished them, did them, checked them off. I think the other part of it though, to not belittle, is these things also need to continue. And just by stopping and checking it off is sometimes not enough when you have been fundally, in a position where you weren't in these spots that you are now. JSU has never been in where they are until Coach Prime came, right? We didn't get that much attention as much as we are getting right now. And I feel like the exposure does definitely have to contribute to what Coach Prime has done. Not taken away from any other coach at any other university, but statistics can, show it's not a lie. Like, just like Ron said, we ain't seen no sellout on away games before until this man came. So yeah, it's been checked off and it's being accomplished, but a movement has to continue. That's why it's a movement, right? It's not stagnant. It's not a stop sign. So I just feel like, yes, although he did do those things, I just hope in my heart of hearts, and this is where we have to take accountability of our actions, right? Is it should not stop with Coach Prime going somewhere else. And Jerry, yes, you are absolutely right on that. Because I know I saw you shaking your head. He was like, but hey, we got some work to do too. So It's like, now that Coach Prime has laid the foundation, now it's up to us to take all these little lessons that he's, either shown by example or actually taught us, because he taught us some things, and move forward with this continued movement if we want the success to continue as we've been seeing in this past couple of years. So yeah, I agree.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that it is not on the back of Deion Sanders to have success at Jackson State. He has been there for 3 years. If you haven't been able to take something that he's done and learn from him and be able to, kind of create what he has done in these past years next year, that's on you. You can't expect somebody to keep doing something over and over and showing you how it's done. And then when they leave, you're like, oh, I don't know what to do. Hell, Deion's not here.
Yeah.
That's the problem that we have in the Black community, I think. Because if you look back in the last movement that we had back in the 60s and 70s, Martin Luther King, not comparing Deion because he's nowhere close at all. So, I want y'all to take that from me.
But yeah, we talk about.
Let's all be clear. That's not what Jerry is saying. Right. We don't want to get no messages. Talk about Jerry Gibson was comparing Coach Prime to Martin Luther King.
Right? No, he is not MLK at all. But what I'm saying is, the last time we had a movement with MLK, when he died, who took over and was leading the people? Nobody. So we have a hard time with when we lose a leader, somebody that's in the back seat, learning from him, taking over the reins and carrying that on. So that's the same thing about to go on here.
Right. And to your point, Jerry, it's like, yeah, we didn't have a leader, but I do believe that, unfortunately through an assassination, when, Dr. King left this world, there were still people who carried on the legacy. And that's what, like, the lesson that needs to be learned in these spaces. ADs, presidents, commissioners, all those people. Yeah. All those people. Thank you, Jay. Right? All of those people together have to continue. It's not going to go anywhere. Right. You definitely have to start doing the work that you should have been doing before Prime got there. Prime was like all right, let me give y'all a little boost, but now I'm about to go ahead my way. What y'all gonna do now? And I just hope that it happens that way. But sometimes that can be really hard because he's taking a lot with him. You know what I'm saying? He's taking the success that he had with JSU. He's taking, let's be honest, some of these recruits that were going to go to JSU are going to consider HBCU so that they can compete against the JSU. Oh, okay. Well, I'm about to go see where else I'm going to go. We've seen so many people enter into the transfer portal after his, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we don't want to turn a blind eye to the challenge of it, but we also don't want to take a back seat and act like it's not possible to do. Yeah.
Definitely. And this is my last point for at the end of the day for the C.D. Jackson. At the end of the day, if y'all really wanted prime time, if y'all really wanted Coach Sanders, then where was y'all at when the school only offered him $1 million? At the end of the day, that's why I said it's a double-edged sword. Where are the prime time lovers at? Where y'all think he was the next best thing to slice bread? Where were y'all at the forefront saying, okay, I'll give $100 to Coach Prime's salary?
Mm-hmm.
If y'all really wanted him, that's bad. Because I know it. I know it's like 5,000, 6,000. I know it's more than 6,000 people in Jackson. I know that. If a whole bunch of y'all get like $10, $15, $20, that's we can start talking millions then instead of 1 million.
Yeah. And you're limiting it to, Jackson, Mississippi. They have alumni. They have people that have graduated and doing great things that could donate to that, and that's another issue we have with HBCUs is donating back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big problem. If you look at, what Colorado said, the AD said, oh, we don't have the money right now, but we're going to get it.
Yeah, we're going to get it.
Okay. He can't say that. He can't say that at HBCUs. We don't know if we're going to get it.
Well, I will give credit to the president at JSU who, also very openly was like, no, we don't have it. But that's what we're pushing for. And granted, I don't know how many times he said that before with other coaches, neither here nor there. But I do feel like this did hit home for them. And I would want them to take heed to exactly what they're saying. If you're saying that you're going to work towards getting the money to whoever comes your way, whoever else, there could be another, NFL prodigy, you know what I'm saying, that's looking to coach at HBCU. You're gonna have to be prepared. And now that you have the history and the experience, no excuses. And that goes for anybody, not just for JSU, but anybody. But I'm also like, okay, for those coaches that have been in these programs, not trying to downgrade where you are, but definitely this is your time to elevate and speak up. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you are in your programs, because I feel like sometimes we get so, focused on who Coach Prime is, then it's just like, oh, he's automatically better. No, he was loud. He was just loud. Let's just be honest. He was very talented. I'm not taking that away from him. He's a great coach, but he didn't take no for an answer. And I think that's what separated him a lot of times with the conversations on what he wanted to do for the program and what he actually accomplished, because those aligned. I feel like a lot of our coaches are complacent and they're like, oh, well, they said we couldn't do it, so we ain't going to do it. And it's like,
but
why are you taking that? Why?
But like Robin, to your thing, it's like this. What other coach in the HBCU realm, and it's pride. So like for me, it's only two right now that's coaching besides Prime. What other coaches can be like, I'm not taking no for an answer?
I'm gonna be honest, all of them can. All of them have the ability to do so. Because let's be honest again. Coach Prime came into a not losing, but definitely not where they are as far as success rise for that program when he got in there for JSU. They were not at all where they are. So yes, he had to be loud, and he used his status to push forward. Now, the challenge is, like you said, Ron, no, is anybody else in the SWAC that has the persona, first instance, to be able to say no? Maybe not. It could be arguable, but let's also say how many people actually did do those things. Like, I'm looking at Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson could do it. You know what I'm saying? Willie Simmons can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these, and I'm not going to go on a whole tangent of just like the SWAC or MEAC, whatever, but everybody has the ability to be loud, but it does take a village. You know what I'm saying? For these people that don't have the status that Coach Prime has, see, Coach Prime, what people don't understand is he really did that kind of by himself. And he had a slew of people just was like, oh, he sound good, we gonna follow him. The rest of these coaches, they need to bound together. They need the community behind them. They need the administrators behind them. Hell, you can get some of the professors behind y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's the coalition between that movement can be able to push it. But I don't think anybody has really taken the time to done that because, again, the complacency is so real for our HBCUs. It's so real because they don't want to be told no. They don't want to be put in a position where they have to figure something else out because they're already working twice as hard. But that's just the hand you're dealt. We have to work twice as hard just by being the people that we are. The color of our skin, we always have to work twice as hard. So now you have a university that has that that characteristic. So yeah, like, I get it, and no, it's going to be a challenge. But again, it's not impossible, and it could have been done. It could have been done. You know what I'm saying? I
ain't gonna lie, Rob. You mentioned Willie's name, and he is a coach that ain't gonna take no.
There it is.
I gotta stand up and say that because I've seen it personally.
I know he can because he done it.
Yeah,
he has done it. FAMU football has definitely done more in these years that Willie has been a coach than they have been. You know what I'm saying? As far as, like, we was just talking about how they had a whole, what's that little truck, the little freezer truck that they can go inside and get cool.
Now all the HBCU with it.
Yes, Willie. I don't know what you had to do to get it, but thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have those capabilities. They just need to do it together. They need to band together. That's all I'm saying.
Definitely. They definitely need to create a coaches committee and just work as a unit and work as a team. You may not like each other, but you're working for a common goal. You don't have to like the person across from the other team. If you do like them, that's a plus. If you do have conversations with them, that's a plus. But at the end of the day, like you're working for a common goal. Just like a couple of these comments said that Jay said, like the SWAC and the MEAC is probably one of the conferences that get the top views, the top streams from the FCS. And we can't capitalize off of that just because how we been doing tradition and been the way we've been acting for years. We act like this 10 years ago, and we're going to keep acting like this because that's the only thing we know. No, keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward and keep pushing the motor. Push the motor. Make these kids out here, man. But that's our prime time soap opera for the day. This will probably be the last week we ever talk about Coach Prime.
No, really. Yeah.
Last week.
That's crazy because I just think about every other week. We had
if he loses this game, whew.
Look, I'm rooting for my Eagles, baby. And best believe all I want is it to be a fair, quality football game. That's what I want out of this. I don't want no blowouts. I don't want no fighting. And if it's fighting for the last score. It's fighting, you know what I'm saying? For the last play of the game. Is fighting to make sure everybody stays healthy throughout every quarter. You got 4 quarters to play. That's what I want. That's what I want for them, and I hope that happens for them. But I'm not gonna cap. I think the Eagles is gonna give them a good game. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it with my chest.
Say it with your chest, Robin.
My Central Eagles to give them a good fight.
Let's go.
Listen, they know like we know. They was like, we gotta whip some ass now. This is the last time we can say we had a good game against Coach Prime. So listen, I feel like they look. I'm hoping for a good game. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say nothing. Y'all can take it. I don't care. Whatever.
Well, you already know how we do. It's a breakdown. I couldn't get my PowerPoint loaded up, Robin. I was trying my best. It couldn't load up today.
Not the PowerPoint that you just working so heavily and diligently on that you was just bragging about.
I was.
What's going on?
I had the background laid down and everything.
What?
Yeah. You know the
figure it out. Jerry told, let him figure it out. I'm trying to see the PowerPoint.
I tried. I was like, dang, I used something else, and I'm using this little computer, but the computer not working for me right now. So yeah,
I'm doing it right, man. You gotta do it the other way.
Listen, how about can you send it to me, because I have a present feature. Send it to me. Let's try. Y'all talk about it, but send it to me.
Let me see.
Jerry, don't talk about my Eagles. Okay.
Huh?
I thought you was about to talk about my Eagles. Said don't talk too bad.
I'm about to give you a compliment.
Oh, go ahead, friend.
Nope. Ain't no compliment. Nope. Ain't no compliment coming on my mouth.
Y'all see how he do? He gets so mad. That's okay. He gonna circle back. He gonna circle back. Yeah, send it to me, Ron. I'm gonna try to figure it out.
Okay, let me see if I can do this right quick.
That boy put his thinking cap on.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out
No, if somebody gonna get it on the screen, it's gonna be Robin.
Thank you.
You right.
I will do my best. But while he's doing that, Jerry, let me ask you something. What are the odds? And you can be honest. You don't have to lie. You do not have to lie, Craig. But what are the odds that I'm gonna make it more fair that Central can lead Jackson State? I didn't say win the game. I said lead. What are the odds? I want to know your opinion.
My odds, because I'm always the one with a surprise take. I always think a little bit differently than what everybody else.
That's what I'm trying to know. I'm trying to know where you at.
So,
what do you think? It's tomorrow.
To me, I think the odds are pretty high. I think the odds are pretty high that Central will lead this game at one point.
I know that's right. I say it's going to be in the second quarter.
And leading the game might just mean getting the ball in the first quarter.
Hey,
because that's going to be the first
first play of the game.
They got the ball. Hell, they got the chance.
I'm like, where that coin toss going? They do a coin toss in college, right? What they do?
Yeah.
Look, where that coin toss going?
Right, but now I think it's a huge chance. It's a huge opportunity for Central to take advantage of what's going on. Because distractions can be highly dysfunctional for a program. And it's a lot of distractions going on at Jackson State.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, they're turning on the program. These guys, it's their last game. Yeah. I don't want to play for these guys." You know, it's a lot of mixed feelings. You know, everybody's not letting those feelings out. It's some people that's like, "Man, coach, thank you. I'm gonna leave it all on the field for you this game." But trust and believe. It's a lot of people on that organization, on the team that's like, "Man, you turn our back on us. I don't want to play for you no more," and really want to kind of stink it up for him before he leaves. Like, yeah, I'm it's people like that.
I was thinking about that too, because I was like, it could be one of two ways. It can go really, really good where they're like, all right, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Let's pull it all out on the field. And then it's going to be like, man, F it. Why? It's like, why? I hope they really don't do that, because that's, I don't know. That's
Think
not going to
be like if you with your parents staying at your parents' crib and your parents get up and say, well, all right, well, I might go find me a new family. You're going to be like, yo.
What? No, literally, especially again, going back, how loud, you know what I'm saying? Coach Brown was, this and the third, this is for my team, And I'm so sure, of course, we've seen a couple of videos where he's talking to the team. The love that he has for the team, I feel like is not going away, of course. But like you said, Jerry, like that could cut real deep to somebody who really put all their trust and loyalty into this, into the program because of this person. But yeah.
All I gotta say is, if you look at the statistics of the ethnicities on this program,
Okay.
African males, coming from, I don't know where their background is, but we have in the Black community, what is our problem as far as family dynamics?
You got single parent household, you got low economic families, you got, I don't know, a lot. Just depending on the family dynamic, just you always was handed a shorter end of the stick, just existing.
Exactly.
Really.
So this situation is the same thing as that. Let's say you come from a family that has low economics, or a family that's a one-parent home where your dad left on you. This is the same thing of abandonment that these players are probably feeling. So as a team, as an organization, as a player, like I'll be like, I'm like, man, what? Like you leaving us too? Like, damn, like don't nobody want me. Like it's a lot I feel like that.
Yeah. That's really real though, because people who are in athletics, I feel like have all been taught this. Your coaches are like low-key your second parents. You know what I'm saying? Because of the amount of time that you're spending with them. Like we've said that, kind of like with teachers in a way, like teachers, leaders, those folks who are with these, students, players, whatever, on a consistent basis, they have that rapport with them and that relationship is very strong. But I would hope that, these kids who are on the team understanding what their worth is, both with and without Coach Prime, that their focus is on this game, no matter what. It shouldn't be on, and that's so much easier said than done, of course. It shouldn't be on the outside, external factors of this game. It should be, we are a team. We're going to go in as a team. We're going to leave as a team, and we're going to operate during the game as a team. And so that's my hope for, JSU understanding what they're going through right now. And like all attention is really on them, with everything. And that could play at an advantage for a Central who has been dominating for their, conference throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? 9-2 going in. So it's like, yeah, don't play with us. So, but overall, Jackson State is such a strong team. So it's not going to be easy at all. Even if they mad, I feel like even they mad playing is going to be quality. So it's like you got like just hit a touchdown. It's like what? So I'm hoping that, like I said, the game is fair. The game is, they leave everything, both sides, Central and Jackson State. They leave everything of what they have on that field tomorrow. I think the game is for those who are watching the game tomorrow virtually. I do believe that it is airing at noon, right?
Yep. Noon o'clock.
Noon o'clock. Is that why you have that Falcons thing on there, Dron?
Yes, ma'am.
They playing in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
He a Falcons fan. I don't know why he a Falcons fan.
Are you a Falcons fan for real?
Yeah, I'm a Falcons fan. I don't know why Jerry a Panthers fan.
I'm a Saints fan, so go NFC South. We all suck this year, so I don't know really.
Oh God, that's hilarious. It's hilarious.
It's not the Panthers.
We're about to be tied for first place.
Man, excuse me, it's not y'all.
You may
about to be, but you're not. So let's look at
Sunday. We will be.
Let's go ahead and Google it right now, and let's just go ahead and see. And it does share the Buccaneers. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna cap. We haven't been good this whole season, baby. I ain't gonna hold you. Look, look, we're gonna get a little quarterback situation. We shifting some coaches here and there. Look, this is our season to just finish out strong, and we'll come back next year. But don't worry about us because y'all the ones that need to get somewhere and get a Super Bowl. Everybody else then, oh yeah, and the Falcons. Sorry about it. Sorry, we've done our job. So hey, they're gonna call Cam back.
With one little game, not Cam. We gotta call Cam back. We done beat both of y'all this year. Like, what's going on?
Hey, listen, that everybody has beat us. Okay. let's let's be honest. Okay. We're like 4-6, 4-8, something. I don't know.
It's bad.
Look, I'm a ride or die Saints fan, and we play the Falcons on Sunday, going to that game. Hello. So there it is.
Yeah.
That-
Well, hopefully some of these players at Jackson State and Central can get drafted by your program and make y'all better.
Yeah, we eat it. Thank you. Listen, I don't know if we're gonna get first draft pick or not. It's actually no. I think Chicago is probably gonna get first draft pick because they're like 1-10. But anyway, who?
Probably the Texans.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Texans.
Oh, Texas. Yep, Texas
Yeah.
and Chicago. Either way,
but yeah, I didn't try and tried. I ain't even gonna worry about it. It's the last game of the season anyway, so
Okay, well, talk to us about the breakdown anyway.
Yeah,
all right, man. So
all these players, listen up. We coaching y'all.
All right, listen to Coach Ron. You gonna win the game, okay? Because we tried to tell Southern what they were supposed to do, and surely enough, Robin, what did they do?
They did exactly what you said did not do. Exactly.
I
was there for that. Thank you. Everything that we said,
everything.
They were kidding. April Fools. Let's do it.
McCray did everything. McCray did everything to mess up that game, and they had to take him out. So please hear me out. Listen to me about these key matchups during the game. Please listen to me. So for North Carolina Central, for them Eagles, they've been flying high, and we want to continue that, flying high type of way over here. The things they need to do.
What do they need, Ron? Talk to them.
Control the time of the game. If you control the time of the game, you are controlling the time you have Shedeur on the field.
Yep.
You got to treat Shedeur like your little brother. You got to get all the first downs. You got to get all the touchdowns so he can't get on the field and he can't get in the game. He was like, nope. I'm gonna see. You got to teach them a lesson. You gotta be like, nope. We gonna take a 7-minute drive down the field so you can't get on the field. You gotta treat them like your little brother. You have to.
He said, sit down.
You have to. No, don't sit down. I'm still playing. I haven't lost yet.
Yeah.
I haven't lost yet. You literally have to do that. If you control the time of the game on offense, you'll tire that defense out. And plus, another element to Jackson State defense, some of their defensive linemen has entered the transfer portal. So their depth is not going to be as it was during the regular season. So you definitely have to scheme up plays. Take your time, tire out the defense, because that is one way you're going to beat Jackson State this game. You have to control the time on the clock.
Well, Ron,
another key point.
Hold on, real quick, before you get to your second key point. When you're going back to the depth of the defense, because they're in the transfer portal, does that affect them playing, or how does that work? Because I actually don't know how that works for football.
You're right.
Jerry, I'm gonna let my man Jerry talk.
Yeah, big compliant. Let us know.
So, when you enter yourself into the transfer portal, you are no longer a part of the organization, a part of the program.
Wow. So they're not playing.
No.
Oh, you have a chance.
Yeah, you're done. You are done. So once you enter your name, you're somewhat revoking, your ability to play.
Right.
No
because essentially you're saying I don't want to be here. So it's like, yeah I get that.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. Okay, Ron. Next point.
Okay. Back to regular schedule. But number two, the thing I've been saying all year about this quarterback. Let Richard be Richard.
Yes.
Richard.
Let Richard be Richard. That man has to collectively, a collective bargain, do 300 yards of total offense by himself.
He has to throw the ball.
He has to throw the ball, and Robin, he has to run the ball too.
Yeah.
That offense has to be so balanced where they don't know what is coming.
Yeah.
They don't know if a play action pass is coming. They don't know if a run is
Yeah.
coming. They don't even know if a quarterback draw is coming. They really have to be methodical with their offense, with Richard. He has to play perfect this game. Has to. I don't care about the other games. He has to play perfect this game, because if he doesn't, that's like one thing that can bite him in the butt at the end of the day playing against JSU. He has to be perfect.
Yep.
Another key point, defense, get at least 2 turnovers. We saw last year how South Carolina State got the turnovers in their possession of the field, and after they got the turnover, it's 20 yards for a touchdown. You have to capitalize on them turnovers. You have to get interceptions, get a fumble, get something.
Yeah.
Get something.
Yeah, defense definitely has to be on the ball with JSU's offense, for sure.
Definitely.
Rich is a body 2.8. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, he like that now.
What's up? I think this Miss Body.
Hey,
yeah,
Miss Body.
I think this Miss Body. But yeah, he like, the defense really have to get 2 turnovers. The defense have to like play lights out. The defense really have to be sound, because Shedeur, if the longer he stays in the pocket, the better it is. I know Jerry has been out in the field. I've been out in the field. If the quarterback is not getting rushed, or the quarterback's not worrying about the defensive front, it's over. Like, it's over. He literally, we going back to Thanksgiving. He go carving people up. So
this is not going to be a, sitting down resting game. Everybody is going to be moving at all times. Second string, bench. Everybody needs to be active. I'm gonna be. Thank you.
Yes. And my last key point about this game, I touched on offense, I touched on defense, I touched on the time of the game. It's the last thing that everybody needs for their team is special teams.
You took my thing.
Hey, Jerry, I told you it's the break. Hey, special teams really have to be on point. That was another key factor in the Celebration Bowl for South Carolina State. Special teams was on point. I don't care how you run the ball back, run it back, do a trick play, catch them off sides on a punt when it's 4th and 5. You have to be methodical with the special teams and trick plays this game. Do something they never saw before. You had a whole month to prepare for this one team. Jackson State had lesser time than you, so it should be no excuses. Oh, we didn't know. Or, oh, y'all should have been practicing on certain things, certain cadence, trick plays, all that month you had for this team. It's not, I know from where they're at. Jerry, how long is that ride for them to Atlanta?
To Atlanta, it's about 6
hours. That for some country boys, that ain't nothing, but that ain't nothing. So these little 6-hour drive, man, be focused. I know y'all already down there doing things, practicing. Just stay focused, because this is all new to y'all. So definitely stay focused. Hound in with your players, make sure they're staying focused, and those are the key to the games where y'all can win this game if y'all just do those things.
I think they flew out there.
Oh, they flew?
Yeah, I think they flew.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think you hit on some great points, man. For me, I'm kind of going to echo some of the things you said. Central has to play their game. You can't come in this game saying, oh, well, they got this guy on the defensive line, I don't want to run it. Play your game and let the game flow how it should flow. If that guy ends up stopping the ball carrier, on the run, then you can change it up. But just play your game. What has gotten you to that position? They ran the ball well. They passed the ball pretty good too. They ran out of the pocket really well. Richard has done a great job all year of not only passing but running the ball as well. So, keep playing your game. Along with what Ron said, keep the best. How do they say it? Keep the offense on the field, and that will be the best defense for you, because it ain't no stopping that offense, dog.
There it is.
All right, let us know right now. So if you're on the field, they got 15-minute quarters or however long the quarters are. If you're on there for 10, 12 minutes, they only got a certain amount of time to score. And the way of doing that is running the ball. And, we know this team does a good job of running the ball. They have multiple backs that have been doing good this year. So just keep them on the field as long as possible and keep the offense off the field as long as possible.
There it is.
There it is. That's the Eagle breakdown. That's the
My Eagles. Thank you.
Yeah. Let it be known. So now we're gonna go into JSU breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this one thing. JSU has been digressing since the year get longer.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been seeing that. And this happened the past 2 seasons. Jackson State will be fine on all cylinders in the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. Then, like in the middle of the season, you start to see that decline. Then you start to see more of a decline.
Yeah.
When we watched the SWAC championship, we saw some weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And that quarterback, Bubba, for Southern,
right,
almost looked like Richard out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, JSU, I know you got a lot of things going on. I know you got a lot of stuff moving and interchangeable parts. Be focused.
Right.
Be focused. But get to these breakdowns. Control the line of scrimmage. Y'all been controlling the line of scrimmage since the start. Keep doing what you're doing on the line of scrimmage. I know, like I said, you got a couple of guys in the transfer portal. So y'all going to be playing way more minutes than what y'all supposed to be playing. Just keep that in note. You got to fight through. Definitely fight through this last game that y'all playing.
How many do we know is in the transfer portal?
I know 3 went to the transfer portal from what I know.
They were starting players?
They were rotating players.
So
they'll rotate with the starters.
Okay.
More than that, to be real with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. But, so definitely got to control that line of scrimmage on the defensive part because, like I said, you're going to be playing way more minutes than what you're been used to be playing. So definitely y'all defensive line got to control that because if you don't stop that run, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day for that defense.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely going to be a long day on that defense. For the offensive part, give Travis Hunter the ball, bro. Just give him the ball. Every time he touched the ball, this boy make a play. I haven't saw one play where he not made a play touching the ball. Give this boy the ball on offense. Let him eat on offense. Stop letting this boy just get 2 catches, 1 catch. Nah, let him get about 5 to 6 catches, 100 and something yards, 1 touchdown. Let him run a jet sweep. Let this boy loose. This is the time for Travis Hunter to let loose this game in Atlanta, in his hometown.
Yeah.
This is his home state. So his boy's going to be there. Let him get loose.
Mm-hmm.
So let Travis Hunter get loose. That's a key player that he needs to be on offense and defensive side. Not so much defense, but let him be on the offensive side of the ball, and he can create havoc. And my last thing for JSU is to stay focused. That's one of the things that they've been having trouble with since last year and the year before is staying focused. It's hard for them boys to stay focused and tune into, what they know. And like I said, they've been digressing. And it seems like, I don't know if they're losing focus. It's just harder for them to, turn that on switch and leave it on.
Yeah.
Like they'll turn the on switch, then they'll turn it off knowing, okay, we in cruise control now, we Gucci. Then when they see the team coming up on their side rear view mirror, they be like, oh snap, now we gotta turn the switch on. And it's kind of a little bit too late to turn the switch on now. Now you kind of in the game.
Right.
So definitely leave that switch on, and that if y'all really want to blow out, if y'all really want to go out with a bang, leave that switch on and blow them out.
To go off of Travis Hunter, I think that he is going to play very well this weekend because there is, and this is just, of course, speculation, but there's been talks about him, following Coach Prime. Of course, now that I know the information, I can see why he wouldn't enter into the portal because I'm sure that he would want to play this game. But now that is a, possibility, of course, he is in control of whether he wants to do that or not. I could see him playing a very, very competitive game if in fact he knows that after this he's going to be, moving on, because there is no celebration ball, in Colorado. So I don't know if he's going to, but I just literally read an article that was released 7 hours ago that there is, they had a conversation with Coach Prime and they was just like, is Travis Hunter going to be following you? He was like, there's a high possibility. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
Of
So,
course.
yeah.
I would have left too. Hell, if I can't,
I ain't mad.
I'm leaving. If he leaves, leave.
Correct. Because he recruited him anyway.
Shit, if it's me, I ain't playing in that game.
I feel like I would be mad if they did that. That's why I'm just like, wow, y'all really transferring before the game? That's crazy.
Hell,
but I don't know. Hey,
but
he didn't do it, nor did Shador
Robin,
do it either.
But Robin, let me ask you this. Other big college players do the same thing. They don't play in a bowl game.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So.
But this is it's not like any other bowl game though. This is I feel like the championship for HBCUs. That's a different type of bowl game than we talk about all the other bowl games. Let's really be honest. Like, this is the championship of the championships for the HBCUs. Well, specifically MEAC and SWAC, of course. But so no, I don't look at this game as the same as I would for other players who have done the same things before their bowl games, especially depending on what that bowl game is, because that's also a key factor. There are some bowl games, for our Power 5 schools that are more exciting. Yeah, has, is a bigger turnout than other bowl games. So it's like, because it also, depends on your rank as well. So I don't know. I can see why these players, who have not decided to go into the transfer portal until after the game. And I respect that. I do. Because finish it out. Coach Prime's still going to be at the game. So even though y'all going to be following him, like, might as well finish out the season. So
yeah,
right.
But I wouldn't be mad at him if he set out, because if he gets hurt and then he's trying to leave and coach is like, you got to, I don't want to say the injury I was gonna say, but if you got this type of injury, I ain't gonna offer you no money. You're gonna be out for a whole year. I'm wasting a whole year of money on you.
Now that too, yeah, I can understand that as well.
But I don't know, man. Going back to the breakdown, Ryan, I think you did a great breakdown, man. But I think that focus is the main thing, because it's a lot of distractions going on. It's already been distractions going on, and that I think that devotes to the decline in the team. Not only that, but you also got to think about coaches on the other programs. They have what week is this? 13. They had 12 other games to look at. So naturally, teams are going to get better at catching on what you're going to do. What plays are you likely to call? You've done this 10 games in a row. He definitely going to do this shit on this play. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
coaches, distractions, all of that plays a big role, and I think that's going to be a big role in this game, and you might be surprised at the outcome.
Definitely.
That is true.
So, all that saying, Robin, what's the score of the game?
2017 Central. I've been holding on to it. I'm gonna write mine down. I got my handy notebook. It says, don't quit, but you see it's do it. That's what I have it written down. Okay, so I'm writing my name down. I've been waiting on this. All right, I have 2017 Central, because I am going for my Central Eagles. Thank you. All right, what y'all got?
So, speaking on Central, one of the most beautiful women in the world that I've ever met in my life went to North Carolina Central, played basketball by the name of Clarice Goodson. My mom.
I know that's right, Miss Clarice.
So it would behoove me to to go for Central and think they're going to win this game. So for me, I got 28-21 North Carolina Central.
I love that so much. Thank you.
Boy.
I just wrote down Clarice. I meant to put Jerry.
I'm an extension.
Boy.
An extension. You said 28-21 Central.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ron, what you got?
You know when I say it comes.
Look. Be fair. That's all I ask. Be fair.
So thought about it.
Yeah.
I looked at I literally rewatched the JSU versus Campbell game. I literally rewatched that game. And I was like, if that was a neutral site game, would Campbell win that game? And I felt like they low-key would have won that game if it was at a neutral site.
Okay.
Why is that?
Because you take the crowd factor out of it as far as the JSU.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that JSU's energy,
the energy of the crowd. If this game was at a neutral site, I feel like Campbell would have won that game.
okay. And so you're saying that that's going to play at a disadvantage to Jackson State because they're not at a neutral site. I mean, they are at a neutral site.
Yes, that's going to play.
Y'all don't travel. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
He said y'all don't travel.
Okay. I'm saying the fans travel. The fans do travel, but a neutral site game is different from a regular HBCU home game.
Yeah.
100%.
That is true.
You're not doing the same things you're doing at Jackson. You're not. That's just point blank simple. So I factored into that. I looked at North Carolina Central, their big games. North Carolina A&T, they won. South Carolina State, they did lose. They had a bad game. I don't say they had a bad game against South Carolina State, but that's a game that they should have won.
Correct.
Campbell is a game that they should have won. Correct. At the end of the day, I feel like JSU will go on top. I know I'm going to eat my words for this. If Central lose.
That's fine. That's fine. I love a good competition.
Yeah, I feel like, at the end of the day, I want Central to win. I'm putting this on wax right now.
Hey, no. Don't make it sweet, Ron. If you're saying JSU, say it with your chest.
No.
Girl, dog.
Cap back blue. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. You going for JSU? That's fine. What's the story?
At the end of the day,
telling the girl she a good girl, but I'm leaving. Come on,
right.
Hey, Derek. I may tell her she may be a good girl, but sometimes that may not be the girl for me.
Well, hey, you know what?
It's not you.
He said it's me. It's
me. It's not you.
It's me. I have to go. You can stay.
I want Central to win, but at the end of the day, I think it's time for a SWAC team to win, and this is the team to win for the SWAC. So, JSU 31, North Carolina Central 28.
That's a good game.
You
know what? I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. It would not surprise me at all if Jackson State wins. Let's be honest here. But I just want it to be a good game. That's all I want. That's gonna kill my spirit. They go out there, either one of them really, and blow it out. Whether Jackson State just lays an egg just because they feelings hurt, or Central act like they're scared. Whichever one I don't want. And I feel like either one of these outcomes, I'm fine with it as long as it's a good game. I'm gonna be biting my nails. I'm not gonna lie to you. And Central still will win, but either way, I love a good game. Yes, JSU. All right, I got it. So I have me 2017 Central, Jerry 28-21 Central, Ron 31-28 JSU. I will say, Ron, you've been doing great with the what is this?
The prediction.
Yeah, you
I'm
can go.
telling you. I'm telling you. I'm saying because
We need a Celebration Bowl repeat because I'm petty. I know that's right. Look, I like it. I like it. I know it. I know it.
Listen,
but shoot,
Ryan had the exact score to the T. When who was it? Southern and FAMU. Was that the game? What was?
I think it was because I had it. Yeah, I think I had it.
He's been doing a good job ever since. So I won't be surprised. I mean, let me make this clear. I'm only picking North Carolina Central because of the circumstances at JSU.
I think, and that's fair because you made a really good point that this can go one or two ways for them. They can come out and be like, all right, all the BS aside, we're going to play this game, or they're going to let it affect them. Right. Especially when you're taking consideration, people in the transfer portal, people not able to be playing, people know that this is the last game with some teammates. You know what I'm saying? Because especially if you know that people not necessarily in the transfer portal now, but they will be, it's like they talk, they know, especially when they're really close. So it's like that can affect a lot when you're playing at such, a higher status as this is a Celebration Bowl and it's, a neutral ground. So it's going to be very interesting to see, but all I want is them to be healthy and safe.
So again, North Carolina Central, it's not you, it's Jackson State.
Listen, all they know is they not look. My little Eagles soar. That's all I can say. Look, Tigers roar, but Eagles soar. So
but I can't say this to for Central. I've been loving y'all from the beginning of the season. Richard, he's like one of the best quarterbacks in HBCU, one of the best. Just your team historically wise, this team is putting numbers up every week.
They've had a fantastic season.
Yeah, so shout out just North Carolina Central and everything. Like just shout out to them for real. Yeah. Last question for y'all folks before we get out. Last question. Do we need a playoff system for the Celebration Bowl?
Ooh. Oh my God, yeah. I would love that. Only because I would want it to kind of, give them more opportunities for exposure. But I feel like it really depends as far as how, so if you're talking about a playoff system, right? Are you talking about like they do have to, like how would the playoff system work, I guess is my question before I even say, oh, that's a good idea. Because I feel like that needs to be worked out as far as, how many games do they need to be playing before they get here? Because that has a lot to do with the success of having a playoff system. Because it's not a lot of teams, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be able to work with that on both sides.
Definitely. So for me, I know Scotty touched on this plenty of times. Just it'll be 4 teams before then you lead into the 2. You could put all HBCUs in it for Division I. If North Carolina A&T wants to get back in that and they had a good season, but they didn't win their championship game, they can get in. If Tennessee State wanted to get into it and they had a real tremendous season but lost the championship game, they can still get in it. So that's the other factors for those 2 teams. Even Hampton, if they want to come back and get in it, they can also get in it. So here's the thing. We're going to have that game in Atlanta, the championship game. But you would have the other 2 games at the field who has the best winning percentage.
Okay.
So literally it'll be a playoff game at the home team that has the best winning percentage through the season. So like just this year, you have Jackson State and you have FAMU. Then you have North Carolina Central and I think Howard probably or North Carolina.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't it be South Carolina State?
No, it'd be Howard because
Howard was okay.
Yeah, it'll be Howard. So then you'll rank them 1 through 4, or however you want to rank them. So you'll put your 2 champions on top, and you put I guess Florida A&M will be 3, and Howard before, or you can mix it up where it's
I think it makes it.
Yeah, mix it up where it's the SWAT versus MEAC. So you'll have Howard facing South Carolina State, and you have FAMU facing North Carolina Central. So FAMU will go to North Carolina Central, Howard will go to Jackson State. Those two teams play. Then you'll have the actual championship game in Atlanta.
Question. So this playoff system is taking away the playoff bid for the FCS playoffs.
Our bid is already taken away due to the Celebration Bowl. That's why Jackson State was not in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah,
that's just the MEAC and the SWAC.
Right.
If you're still talking about bringing in A&T and Hampton, they still have a playoff ability. They just didn't make the playoffs.
Right. Because they're conferences.
So if you don't make the playoffs, I mean, I guess that would probably be up to the FCS if they want it.
Right.
Yeah, so that would probably be up with the FCS and the Celebration Bowl committee. Because if they don't win their championship game, that means they're not a qualifier bid. If they're not a qualifier bid, then they have an at-large. So if you don't get that at-large, then like FAMU, we didn't get an at-large. Our season just wasted down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
if they do make the playoffs, the next person up will be who goes into this system.
Yeah, the next person up.
Okay.
I mean, it could open the door for that. I feel like it would be definitely something that they have to work through to make sure that it's fair on all parts and not just something they just throw together, because I feel like sometimes, although it sounds good, the actual operation of it could like cause a lot of confusion and some, really kind of set you back, because it's like now that you've had all these systems put in place and not really tested out to the fullest to the ability, it may not work out. So I just feel like if they were to do something like that, they definitely make sure that communication is upfront and clear through all parts, like just like you said, Ron. So it's like not only do we have to have a conversation with the Celebration Bowl committee, but you also have to have a conversation with like the SWAC, the MEAC, the whoever other teams that we want to be able to have the opportunity who are outside of those conferences. Like we mentioned Hampton, we mentioned North Carolina A&T, but could it be a overall good idea? I think so. Do we have something that mirrors this same concept with other universities?
Like the FBS championship is 4 teams.
Right.
But but instead, like, they actually play bowl games. It's just you will just play at your best record home stadium instead of playing another bowl game.
Okay.
But you also keep in mind, Ron, when we're doing this mix and matching, the logistics of everything, we're adding another, financial situation to these universities. So we're already struggling financially with football, but we're adding another game where we're going to have to travel from Florida all the way to North Carolina Central. So, I mean, that's adding another financial mean that we don't necessarily have that could come as pushback from these other universities.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's financed by the conference. We always say that.
Right.
But they're never going to do that.
No.
Yeah, especially
then they're going to be like, that's money out of they, pockets. Like,
especially how the conference get this lawsuit thing pop back up with PepsiCo and all that other stuff. The SWAC struggling right now. They've been in the courtroom more than Ghana. They like,
hey man, Ghana did. Ghana said, I'm out.
Oh, no.
I'll say what I need to say.
Sure. They've been in the courtroom more than Ghana.
He said, all right, I've had enough. Thank you. He said, what do I sign? I'm ready.
he said my name Bennett, and I was all up in it.
Look, all of it. I know this, and this. Thank you. Look, I ain't mad at
that boy told on
He
everything.
been saying free Gunna and Gunna.
He definitely got free.
That I win.
He said this person is at 5 o'clock. He went to McDonald's at 5:30. He came back at 5:45. He finished eating at 6:10. After he finished eating, he threw away the trash, went back outside. He told everything.
Look, that's fine. But I think also to Jerry's point, like, yeah, it definitely could be a financial burden. But on the flip side, some possible advantages is like, again, we have another opportunity for things to be exposed. We have another opportunity for fans to get involved, where a lot of the money are coming from our fans, alumni, and things like that when they participate. But I feel like, again, as long as it is clear and organized and concise, it could, be a benefit. Because, I mean, let's be honest, the Celebration Bowl just got here like in 2015, 2016. It hasn't been here the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's going to take time. And I feel like, a lot of people have these little ideas, and as long as, they're able to come to some general consensus, it could work. It's going to take some challenges though. Definitely.
I mean, to kind of debunk what I said myself, the winner of the Celebration Bowl gets $1 million.
Hey, and that's $1 million they didn't have before.
Right, so that's enough reason to go on the journey anyway.
And it's a big game, and it's a great location, Atlanta. So.
And sure. Yep. But this is the pre-snap read, guys. Jerry, Robin, do y'all have anything to say to the people, to YouTube land out there?
I would just like to say, I don't know if y'all heard about the news with Twitch. He was a dancer, so you think he could dance, and he also was on Ellen DeGeneres. But he unfortunately passed away. He committed suicide. But the overall message is, we love you. There are people in this world who, are ready and willing to help others. And so if you are struggling, if you are someone that, isn't always open to seeking help, just know that there are people who are ready to help you. So I just wanted that to be my little message, because mental health is very important, especially for the Black community and essentially for our Black men, because they're always taught to be strong and don't show emotions and things like that. So, but this message is for everybody, no matter what color, creed, gender, whatever you are, love is there, and it's ready to surround you. So that's my little message, especially going into the holiday season.
Right.
Definitely.
I agree with that. It's a lot more people that love you than what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Might be going through that turmoil of that situation, but it's a lot of people that are going to be devastated when you're gone. So
yeah,
if you need mental help, reach out. Somebody will always be there.
Absolutely.
And you talking about somebody like that, and RIP to the Green Ranger. Shoot. He committed suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you never would have known if you follow his like IG. He's out like every other week doing autographs, doing stuff like that. Like, and it just randomly happened just like that. Please, please, please get counseling. Please go to the therapist. Please let a family or a friend know that you're dealing with these anxieties, because they are real. It happened to all of us. As Black people, we don't, we got some anxieties that we don't even know about.
Right.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. See, look, one just popped up on Robin.
Listen, let me tell you, I have self-discovered. Yes, but I will say that I am definitely surrounded by love and support. So yes, that's why I know I can totally agree and attest that it can hit you, and you don't know where that stuff come from. What is that? So that in those moments, that's where you gotta, I need my love. I need a hug. And my love, one of my biggest love languages is physical touch. Hug me, hold my hand, right here.
What'd you say?
Bye, Jerry.
Bye. Off that note, man.
Anyway,
we'll go to the Celebration Bowl. Make sure y'all be safe. Make sure y'all be sound out on these roads. Happy holidays. Happy New Year's. The pre-snap read is coming on their 1 year anniversary in March. In March will be our 1 year anniversary, 1 year extravaganza. So for y'all, the people been following the pre-snap read for a year, congratulations for y'all. For the new people that's been following us, thank y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to Bridges on Top. Make sure y'all go on Instagram and follow us. I know Robin's IG right there. My IG is Bridges on Top. Jerry got the Booker T.
Booker T.
Go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead.
BOOQER_T. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And shoot, we'll see y'all next week with the recap of the Celebration Bowl. And make sure y'all be easy and be safe for these holidays. Peace out, guys.
Bye, guys.